Hey, how's it going everyone? I have some amazing news. On Sunday, I managed to get to rank 10 with Rafael 31CA's team, who's one of the top battlers in Brazil. His team consisting of Dialga, Zekrom, and Kyogre. Ever since I started doing the bilingual streams, I have been getting closer to some of the Brazilian players in the community. This was his team that got him to rank 10, and that kind of inspired me to use his team. Also, power up something new for Masters. So I'm gonna go over my games. I played like ridiculously well. I don't usually kiss my own ass like this, but I had some like really bad leads that I still managed to win. So I just want to share you these games because they're really amazing games. And maybe also when Master League comes back, well, it's still here, but no one's going to be playing it, let's be real. But when Master League comes back in Season 3, maybe you can try out this team. And I'm just going to go through how I win all these games, what to do in every situation. So let's get right into it. So Melmetal lead is the one thing this team struggles with the most. Generally, I wait for the superpower, shield it, and then throw Thunder or Iron Head, try to get a shield. But in this case, I just tank the first superpower on the Kyogre. Mainly, you want to bait the Dialga out and try to soften it up because it is the main counter to this team. It beats pretty much my entire back line. I don't know why he shielded that. That was nowhere close to a blizzard, but I'm really glad he did. Now I can pretty much shield this Iron Head or Draco Meteor. He baited me there, but now I don't have to shield this because it's definitely another Iron Head, but it was Thunder, but it's fine. But now I have energy after farming it down. This time I throw the Thunder and he shields, unfortunately. But now I can go in with my Zekrom. And I believe I can get to this crunch before he gets to another charge move. So I'm a shield up against whatever he has in the back, which is very good. It is a Snorlax. And what I do is I throw Wild Charge here. And I'm going to shield his next move. And then switch on the switch. I wasn't really expecting back-to-back body slams. I was merely just trying to reset my attack or my defense. But that actually really worked out. So for another very common lead is Dialga, and I'm gonna keep this on normal speed just so I could basically tell you what I do. What I like to do, because it's quite easy to potentially miss fast attacks, I basically keep an eye out on both the Dialga's health. As you can see, we both got to yellow first, so I know I'm not in the lead. If I am in the lead, I just go farm down. And if we're in even, basically back-to-back even, I like to switch on my Zekrom at the very last second. And let me pause it right there. And I'll basically get the last few Dragon Breaths with my Zekrom. And that way, it gives him very little time to react. As you could see, he can, throw a move or switch at the same time. What a lot of people do is they'll throw their Iron Head or a Draco Meteor at the very last second and then switch on the charge attack. But that gives your opponent, time to react for seeing them, because they'll see your charge move and they'll see your switch. But if you do it while you're attacking, like I did there, it gives them very, very little time to react, as you saw. So yeah, that is the big brain way to do it. Also, my Dialga has now 2 Iron Heads in the back for potentially anything. So yeah, back to the game. He does come in with Togekiss now. I'm able to force a shield with Wild Charge, and he will finish me off. But remember those Iron Heads? I am going to use them now to force another shield. Unfortunately, I am not able to get 2 back-to-back off because the charm, triggers in between. But now with 2 shields, which I am going to use one here just to be safe, I am able to confidently take control of the game. The Surf is almost going to kill it. He switches to his own Kyogre, but with a shield, I can, easily charge up to this Thunder, shield whatever comes here, probably a Surf, tank that like a boss, throw this Thunder, kill him, and then waterfall down the Togekiss. So next game I come across a Palkia, which is pretty rare, but like any other dragon lead, your Dialga's gonna win. They switch into Groudon, and it's an easy switch to Kyogre. From here, it's, pretty much in the bag when you can take that out. I probably could have farmed this down, but I was being a bit safe and threw a bit early. Hopefully he can't get too much farm, but he only got like 6 or 7 Dragon Breaths. And because of that, I know that this cannot be a Draco Meteor, so I just let it go. I keep farming away. He switches to Heatran, which is also pretty rare. Should have instantly switched, but I decided to get a Shield of Thunder here. And now, I'm wondering what moves he has, Iron Head, Flamethrower. I don't have to shield this, but I kind of panic when I actually see this.
Oh shit.
A little bit. So I decided to shield the next one, but luckily it doesn't matter because when he comes back with Palkia, I barely get this Wild Charge off. And with shields down, I can just pretty much farm this down. But I decided to throw my Iron Head anyway.
Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me. Do not fuck me, game. Do not fuck me. Oh my god, you fucked me.
So yeah, I probably should have just Dragon Breathed that down, but yeah, almost got fucked by the game there. So yeah, game 4, Dialga lead, that's kind of what you want to see. This time it's a bit different. You see he gets to yellow first, and he throws. That means I get an extra Dragon Breath, so now I'm going to farm down. But he decides to switch to Kyogre, so I throw my Thunder and then switch to Zekrom, which is way more favorable. I decide to throw my Wild Charge just before he gets the Blizzard, just not to take any risks. And he comes back in with Dialga, and I am barely able to get this crunch off, despite my defense being dropped. And
thank you for these matchups.
Yeah, easy game. So game 5, 4-0, trying to get the 5-0, another Dialga, which is perfect. Check the health. As you can see, we got to the yellow at the same time, so I do my switch trick again. But I do it a bit early. Like there was still like 1 or 2 Dragon Breaths I could have tanked before switching, which gives him some time to react and throw the Iron Head. Pretty risky not shielding. And he switches to Melmetal. Now, with Dialga and Melmetal, I feel there's going to be a Giratina in the back, so I do shield that first one. And now that my switch timer is back, I throw the Wild Charge and switch to Kyogre, tanking the Rock Slide and baiting out the Giratina. Now, I try to go to a Blizzard, and thankfully he doesn't throw Shadow Ball here, just an Ominous Wind, which lets me bait the Blizzard. And I do believe he gets, I get the shield here, so firing off another Surf. So this is really good. And remember, I have 2 Iron Heads on my Dialga, so I go in for that. I should win CMP. I have no idea what happened here, so I shield.
No! Oh no! My shield. No! Fuck.
So yeah, a few mistakes, a lot of things that shouldn't have happened there. Threw a little tantrum, but 4-1, it's still good. So next set, Rhyperior lead, even harder than Melmetal lead. I've only managed to win one of these. So I don't really have a strategy, so I switch into Kyogre. So he gets to Thunder just at 50%, so I try to memorize that for next time. I actually spend too long thinking what to do next, that auto switches Zekrom in for me. So at this point, it was I've pretty much lost. What I really wanted to do was come in there with Dialga, shield once, and farm it down. That way I could throw 2 Iron Heads into this Rhyperior, and maybe a Crunch as well, and then maybe have something good in the back, but we can't even see.
Oh, please run some random weird shit team. Swampert. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Lawler Socks.
Yeah, we take those. Thank you, Laurel Socks. That win was very important. As you're going to see, I'm going to have more losses. So yeah, another Dialga lead, which is good. We both get to the yellow at the same time. So, but because he threw a move, I know I can beat him. You see, he got to the red first, which means I can just farm him down. So if you throw a move, you get an extra the other gets an extra Dragon Breath, and you can farm him down. He shields this Iron Head, and I actually get another one off, which is really good. The game is looking extremely good for me now. I can come in with Zekrom and just throw. He switches in Togekiss. I charge up to a Wild Charge or a Crunch, and then switch, which, as you're going to see, is going to mess me up later on. And then I don't shield, I get it down low, and this is where I start to use my big brain. You know, I don't wanna get farmed by the Giratina, so I just wait. However, I switched in 10 seconds after, or a few seconds after, so he gets to farm me down anyway. And then when I switch, it's a bit too late because he baits me here, and then he gets a Shadow Ball off just before dying. So if I just killed that Togekiss and threw the Surf,
No way. Oh my god.
yeah. So if I just killed the Togekiss and threw the Surf, that would have won me the game just from Dragon Breaths. So for this game, I kind of pressed the record button too late. So Dialga lead again. See the health, it's the same. So I'm just gonna switch. Couldn't do it again this time. It's kind of hard to pull off. Pretty risky not shielding again. Could have been a Dragon Breath, but I feel their finger is close to Iron Head, so they're just gonna like instinctively press that. Lugia is pretty rare. I just throw the Crunch. These Dragon Tails are gonna do a lot of super effective damage, which is why it's hurting so much. I do have a lot of energy, so I'm just going to go into Dialga and throw the Thunder, hoping to get the last shield or, take it down. Then instantly switch to Kyogre. I'm a bit annoyed he threw the charge move instantly there, so I had forced to shield, but he gives up, so probably a Groudon or something in the back. So the last game of the second set is actually against Raphael's students. He also uses the exact same team as him, so this is a replica mirror. I used this clip earlier to show another way of, doing the switch thing, throwing the Iron Head and then switching the Zekrom. Because of my nice reactions, I wasn't able to throw any charge moves. Kind of caught me by surprise. Because I got a Dragon Breath on the Dialga and a Dragon Breath here on the charge move, I know I can farm it down. And I get an extra Dragon Breath when the Dialga comes in here. When a Kyogre comes in, I am able to farm up to 2 Wild Charges just before dying, switching, and I have to switch here. I can't piggyback because a Waterfall could potentially sneak in between there, so I don't take that risk. I go into Kyogre, barely survive the Thunder, throw my own, forcing the last shield, and then I can use the Wild Charge on the Zekrom. So super close game. This was like the closest game I had that night. Right, shit's getting really sweaty now going to this last set. Awful Melmetal lead, but it's going to be very close, you're going to see. He doesn't throw his move, so I just bait the Thunder and switch out. Usually I like to shield a superpower and then throw, but he didn't throw, so I just threw mine. Get the Rock Slide onto the Kyogre. I go for Surf here, but unfortunately gets the Iron Head. But fortunately for me, I do survive, so I can get that Surf off, get that extra chip damage off, meaning I can farm down on my Dialga. But I think he's going to get a move off just before dying. But I decide not to shield, keep it for the Melmetal, who has a superpower ready. I knew he was going to come back in, so I just throw the Thunder instantly and then switch out. I didn't really need to shield this, but I felt I probably could have, so I can, survive this better. I make a mistake here. I should have gone Wild Charge. It's going to get shielded anyway, and then he farms me down for less. So as you can see, if I threw Wild Charge there, he wouldn't have been able to get to this Dragon Claw, and I would have had the shield for the Melmetal and get the Iron Head off. I was literally 1 or 2 away, so yeah, a few mistakes there. So this next game I get a favorable lead, but something that I've struggled with a lot is safe switch Mewtwo. Because it's so oppressive with its Psy Strikes, I didn't really know what to do against it, but I feel I found a good strategy. What I do is I throw an Iron Head and then switch Kyogre, and then I don't shield Kyogre. I basically make sure all of Mewtwo's energy goes into the Kyogre, because he's going to throw as soon as he can, because he doesn't want to get surfed. So now, after going back in with Dialga, he's got no energy, and then I shield the Psy Strike and farm down. That's my general strategy. But he goes into Melmetal, I throw the Thunder before switching to Zekrom. Now that I know all 3 of his Pokemon, I'm kind of in a good spot here. So I just need to, farm this as much as I can, and then kind of throw Crunch at the, a bit later, just so I have some energy for the back. We do get CMP here, so I'm kind of forced to shield. Then he switches, but because I farmed a bit extra, I can get to this Crunch before the Ominous Wind. Pretty much take this into Dragon Breath range. We CMP, which is really good, which means I can farm this down. All of his Pokemon have no energy. He comes in with Mewtwo, I farm it down, and I am able to get to the Iron Head before the superpower. I think I would have survived it anyway, so pretty safe win there. So when I got to 2990 on my last set, I did tell Raphael, the guy who made this team and taught me how to use it. I told him, hey, I'm almost at rank 10. I'm only 10 points away. And he's like, oh, show me your game, stream it to us. And so I went onto the Discord and started streaming it to them live, just to get some hype, you know. So yeah, this is a normal Melmetal matchup. Normally they throw the superpower first, I shield it, and then I try to take a shield by baiting the Thunder. But he doesn't actually shield, even though he was debuffed, so pretty baller of him. I then switch into Kyogre, but I didn't really get the count right. I messed that up, didn't get the superpower or the rock slide. But I can basically take all of this Mewtwo's energy, as I said before, which lets me farm this down. So now I have energy again. He's going to come into his Melmetal. I do need to shield his superpower because I feel I need this for later. He's basically in Iron Head range because of the debuff. I just quickly switch into my Zekrom, try to tank another superpower. Then he comes in with Togekiss. I barely get this Wild Charge off. And this is where he kind of makes a mistake. He should have just farmed this down, but maybe he was scared I was going to get to Crunch. And then he debuffs as well, which basically gives me the game. So yeah, he kind of messed that one up. Man, he messed up. He fucked up.
Genius.
So our next game is the first game I managed to record with Groudon. I've had a lot of practice of this, and you need to have meticulous energy management. So the first Earthquake is at 8 mud shots, and I always shield this. If it's an Earthquake, the next Earthquake is at 7. If it's a Fire Punch, the next Earthquake is at 4. So what I do is I always switch on the second one depending on whatever the first one is. So depending what the first one is, I know exactly how much it is to the next Earthquake. Normally, if he throws an Earthquake, the Dialga can't farm me down before I get a Surf, and then I can farm the Dialga with my Dialga. But today we got Zekrom, which is a bit different. After an Earthquake and a Fire Punch, it's 2 more to another Fire Punch because I'm basically in Fire Punch range. So I instantly throw my Iron Head, and then 2 Mud Shots later, I switch and tank the Fire Punch onto Zekrom. And this is pretty much how you win these bad matchups. You need to have pretty much perfect switching. It's the only way you can really win a bad lead, unless they completely mess up as well. So here I charge up to 2 charge moves for a Wild Charge and a Crunch.
Aí, caralho, garoto.
Ganhei com Melmetal e Groudon. My last game was quite interesting. We came into a Togekiss, so we know we can get to 2 Iron Heads before it can farm me down. Assuming he doesn't switch before that, making sure that I fire my Iron Head just at the end of his charm, so he doesn't get any extra in. But he does get the switch in at the end there, just to get some extra energy. Machamp's quite rare in Master League. It's the first time I've seen it this season. I saw some last season, but I guess I have seen a few Conkeldurr as well, so it's not like crazy. I tried to farm this down, but I couldn't really. The cross chop's quite spammy. Now Togekiss is gonna come back in, and I have to like insta switch, so I didn't get charmed down by the Togekiss. And I am pretty comfortable here. I just need to, shield this Earthquake, but he baits me with Body Slam, and then I start to lag, and then I start to panic, and I was like, oh god damn it, this is my last game. What's going on? I think he did back to back. I have no idea what's going on. At this point, I'm just hoping that he's in the same situation as I am. He's lagging just like me. So I wait for a bit. I wait for quite a long time actually, hoping that he backs out first instead of me. And after waiting for like a couple of minutes, I restart my game and pretty much hope that I got the win, and it should jump me back into the game. If he quits before me, I should have gotten the win, but if he didn't lag and finished me off, I should have gotten the loss. But I got the win, so really relieved. And I got my rank 10 at 3025. and I even got last season's Steven clothes, so quite happy that I got that stuff as well, which I kind of felt bad for not getting. And then I just like instantly wanted to put this on Twitter as soon as I can. But yeah, those were my games. Later the next day, I tried to do some more Master League games. You know, I was a bit scared of going back into Great League. I wanted to maybe climb a few more points with the Masters League knowledge that I have, hoping to play some scrubs that aren't really playing Masters. And I did manage to climb 20 more points. I got a few 3-2s, and then a 1-4, and then a 4-1, and I ended up at 30-44. So now that the leaderboard's back, it's good to see my name back there again. So yeah, those were my games. That is Dialga, Zekrom, and Kyogre. Firstly, I hope you enjoyed those games. Those were crazy to play. Probably some of the best games of GBL I've ever played, with the switching and the timing. Hope you learned something new. Hopefully, when Master League comes back, if you have some dust, power up a Zekrom and try this team out. Keep this as a reference. Basically see how to play out the different matches, you know, what to do against Groudon, what to do against Melmetal, the two toughest leads that you can get with this team, also what to do against the Dialga Mirror, and also what to do when you have a good lead as well. So yeah, I think this video pretty much covers most of that. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, looking forward to Great League now that I got to rank 10. You know, I can meme it up and have some fun. So yeah, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new. If you haven't done so already, please give me a subscribe. That will really help the channel out. And if you're not following me on Twitter either, the link's down below. I stream every couple of days, so do check me out there as well on Twitch. Thank you very much. Azari out.